People who do have gifts. I believe my mom had a gift of this, but never acted on it.
Same
Because,
with my mom.
and her mom did. So there are people who are born into this, whether they have gifts, and the choice is she gonna, act on it or not? Of course, I acted on it, I have another sibling that acted on it. So, why? To help those who need the help. This was what we signed on for.
See,
this is our service, what we
I have not used a medium for the show for myself. Today I brought my husband because he's never had a reading for his father, and it was important to him.
Okay, good.
But every single one I've been to, Ashley is front and forward.
There you go.
And it's not necessarily a reading for me, as much as
Certain
she's saying,
signs.
But she
I'm
didn't
here.
really come in so strong until you sat down,
Right.
and that's where Lynn brought her in.
And she's just letting me know she's with me in this
Yes.
process.
Oh, this is definitely.
So
She's
just
with
to
you.
let you know you're here. She's here.
Oh, she'll do more than that.
Oh,
Although
yeah.
I don't believe our loved ones on the other side are necessarily the spirit guides. I mean, we have those
Yeah,
for
right.
different purposes,
Right.
but they are definitely like that extra angel on the shoulder. And I've had grandmothers tell spirit guides, okay, he needs that, and he needs that, and get going, So, and I think that's probably Ashley, that's her personality, because
Yeah.
she's very strong.
Yeah. Very
I know.
strong. She came through real strong. Oof.
So she will
Like a kid does.
she'll make sure things
Like her
happen.
personality is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
when
no,
she was here,
definitely.
she'd say, the reason we fight so much is because we're so much alike. I'm like, yeah, but I'm smarter.
I'm the mom.
Now I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, maybe she's smarter now. I
I'm
can't,
the mom. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
still the mom.
Very good.
She
Yeah.
told you that. Your spirit and your mind are in conflict when you meditate in the beginning. And it's like you have this little blabber. And when I teach students, and I don't know if I use the hand puppet, but I actually have a hand puppet that, it says, what voice? I don't hear a voice. It's very funny, but it really is this blabber. And there's these,
You need to quiet that.
But
Is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
Quiet
exactly.
your mind.
And even if you hold rosaries and you count them, or mala beads, which are meditation beads, the fact is what you're basically saying is, now mommy's meditating, so I want you to be quiet, go count beads,
Right.
give them something to do, but you have to treat it like a little child, but you need to quiet. Meditation is just practice.
And I dreamed of Ashley not long after she passed, and it was so real that I woke up extremely
tell the
happy,
difference.
and I got a
Yeah.
hug and everything.
Yeah.
I could
I'm
feel
sure it was a visitation, and
Yeah.
I've done that with my mother, that I lost about 15 years ago, and I know she was one of my soulmates. And one time I dreamt that we went to the mall and we went shopping and we had lunch and we did all the things that we would have done if she was alive. And I just woke up going, I know that that's where she visited me. It was just more than a dream. And you can tell, but sometimes
but
dreams
they're
are
the
just
ones
about
who come to
processing.
you, right? I mean, because I've tried, I try to go to sleep. I'm like, okay, I just want to go to where,
Right.
Well, you definitely,
They
your
say astral
subconscious leave,
travel.
astral project, you leave your body.
An old term, but it still means the same thing. But you don't go all out to Saturn
Right.
with the silver cord and all the
Right,
things from
right.
the 60s, the
Right.
cold. It's like,
Yeah.
it's what happens is, she and I have already explained that we have to go up here, right? Normally we're here, hopefully, most of the day.
Well, I think we are most of the time. You never know though.
When we go to sleep, we naturally raise our vibrations just a few inches above our heads. So we're kind of there, and the loved ones, unless you're a developed medium, they find that's the easiest place to connect with you. So you're going out, but you're not going really far out. More you are trying to pull them to you than you are saying, okay, I need to go where you are.
because we have things that you guys have learned, about spirit. I know one of the readings, the first reading I had after Ashley passed was with Elizabeth Harrington, and she's such a beautiful, beautiful person. But at some point she said to me, Ashley said that this world has less hard edges. She's happy, and with this world. And when she said that, I went, whoa,
Of course, because you want to know when your child is okay, where she is. and
less hard
everything.
edges. That doesn't sound like heaven to me.
Yeah.
So it kind of threw me a little bit. And so I'm finding out more and more through different things and other people's readings and things that I read and experience. Heaven isn't
Perfect.
it's not the place that you learned about in, you know,
In-
Bible school.
right.
There's a merit,
Floating
there
in a
is
cloud.
definitely still learning lessons to go through. It's just that they do say it's easier to do here. But we have unfinished business there. It's not a perfect world, but how I see it is if God made us in his image, then there must be something similar there. I've seen spirits come through and they've shown me the big mansion they built. Now they have jobs, but they don't need money. We do it for personal growth and love. But I still say it's better there.
Yeah, well, that's what she said.
Yeah.
She said it has less hard edges. And then
Yeah.
she also said she missed the physical sensation of eating tuna fish. Another thing that,
Yeah.
you can miss something.
Oh, yes, I've had people go, oh, the only thing I miss is my cigarettes. Yes, I've seen that.
Oh, no.
They'll show me their addiction,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, yeah, a lot of
And-
times I'll be
and
But
kidding?
especially
Definitely.
alcohol. I mean,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
Drugs or
But
alcohol.
usually it turns into they're letting you know that they're sorry that of the things that happen because of their addictions. But you can tell, it's like, but I did like it. We know the truth when we get there.
Right.
And there's so many question marks here, and this is why you do this.
And we learn our lessons here.
But when we get there, it's like, aha. I think that we agree to all this stuff. We sit at a conference table like this before we get here.
Yeah, she was trying to explain that to me.
And what happens is your spirit guides say, okay, Monica, and we're gonna call you Monica this time, and they unroll a map, and what do you think? This is what we think you should consider for your personal growth with all the other people, and here's your soulmates, and here's your soul group, and this is the path, and you're like, Ethiopia, starve in the desert? Yeah, sure, why not? It's a lot easier when we agree to this. I mean, I just wanna see my initials on some of this stuff, you know? I say to my husband all the time, where did I sign up for that one?
Exactly.
But we do, and it's not always easy.
Yeah, Brax, I told you.
It's not always easy. Look at all, okay, I'll give you an example. How about children that die? We think, what kind of God would do this?
Right.
Take them so
But
That's
the
a very
fact
normal
is,
question.
if we didn't have children that agreed to have a short life, okay, I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna come back. And I'm telling you, the suffering in this world isn't like there. Like, we agree to it because it's like a puppet show, no problem. I'm gonna get on stage, I'm gonna do my cameo, and I'm coming off. But you know what we wouldn't have? We wouldn't have Amber Alert. We wouldn't have Megan's Law. We wouldn't have
But some would
John
argue you
Walsh.
wouldn't
and
It's
Yeah.
all
Marcus
different
Wanted.
lessons, though.
But some would argue you wouldn't need it. You wouldn't need Megan's Law. You wouldn't need, if these things didn't occur, if they didn't exist, you
But we're
wouldn't need
talking
them.
about people that killed them, and we can't control people's free will choices.
Right, but somebody, like, I agree. Rex, on the other hand, is like, if I were God, I would have created, just, why can't everything be perfect? Why do animals have to
Eat each other.
eat each other? Why, you know, really, you know,
I
why
do
does a lion
understand.
have
I
to
would
eat a
have
beautiful
designed
little
roses
gazelle?
with no thorns.
But since
Right,
I'm not
right.
in that
He should have
particular
worked that
kingdom,
seventh day.
I
Yeah,
don't think I
right,
could
see?
answer that, but
But
I'm speaking for the human
Human.
race.
Reese.
But I do feel that we come in for certain reasons and then we go. And if it's a child, it's a child. And I'm not gonna say that there aren't people that are not leaving before their time, because there are. But what happens at that conference table is like, here's the certain paths. Now, at 25, there's a car accident, and if you decide you're going to that party, then this is probably what's gonna happen. But we have a drunk driver over here that needs to learn something, so if you're going out anyway, do you mind going this way? You know, learn something from somebody.
Right.
Every experience has a lesson for everybody to
lessons
walk
to
away
be
with.
learned.
And you get to choose if you learn or
Yes,
not.
definitely.
That's true, because what do they say? You don't learn, then you're doomed to repeat the lesson.
Mhm.
We don't need that.
Yeah, I don't wanna do any more repeating.
Yeah, but
I
doesn't
wanna
mean you have to
graduate.
come back every time. I mean, you can have the same lesson in the same life. Like women that are abused and they keep picking the wrong man and they keep abusing them, it's because you haven't learned your own self-esteem and your own self-worth.
And they're attracting that, you know, like
Yeah.
like attracts like. So
But
you-
Right.
but God doesn't have a lot to do with this. We're living by God's laws.
Yes.
They're already set. And we just have to learn the universal principles.
It's kinda like those balls that are put in motion.
Yeah, they just keep
Yeah.
But it's not like we don't know cause and effect.
Yeah,
If you put your finger on the stove and you get burnt, it's not like you didn't know.
Right.
Right.
But you keep doing it.